Mm. Monquel, what's going on, man?
What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Where you on? Where you at? Where you work at?
I work at LSU Health Science Center, the Wellness Center downtown. So like the recreational center for like the LSU Med School.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And what they have you doing over there?
Group exercise stuff, exercise orientation, fitness assessments. What else I do? When I did my internship over here too. So I was doing like some kind
Hmm.
of like managerial stuff too. So like I was ordering
Oh, yeah.
like maintenance and stuff like that because I wanted to see
Hmm.
like the manager side of it. Fitness programming, like for like the fitness challenges, wellness Wednesdays. I
Hmm.
do a lot over here. I do a lot.
Oh, you getting a lot of experience. Like that management
Yeah,
experience is hard. It's hard to get that once you on a job. So the fact that you got it is good.
I know. That's what I was trying to get from that
Yeah.
experience overall. That's why I wanted to come work here.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. All right, man. We're gonna dive in one because you on the clock, and we got a bunch of people on. So, thank you to everybody that joined tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you, Monquel, for agreeing to do this. I know sometimes it can be tough to kind of share what your college experience was, because even though it could be great, there could be a lot of things that are just hard to talk about. But I
Right.
appreciate you being willing to do it and being open about it. So, for anybody that doesn't know who I am or what Grind to Grad is. My name is Fred Johnson. I'm the founder of Grind to Grad. I live in New Orleans. I'm a manager of college completion. So my job is to help students apply to and enroll in college. And then once they get there, stick with them throughout all their years to keep them there. I started Grind to Grad as a way to have more of a larger impact than just the students in my network, excuse me, that I work with. And so through different posts and trying to develop different partnerships with schools and also by interviewing recent graduates and alums, I want to kind of just share different stories so that students can learn not just what it takes, but like what people experience on their journey to graduate school. So tonight we have Monquel Hawkins, who's going to be graduating from the University of New Orleans. So I guess, Monquel, you could kind of start off by just kind of introducing yourself, where you're from, what your major is, your career goals, and things like that.
All right. So basically, my father knows, but my name is Monquel Hawkins. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Scotlandville Magnet High School, and then I go to University of New Orleans. My major is human performance and health promotion with a concentration in exercise physiology. And I call myself a fitness specialist, which is
Hmm.
kind of like a catch-all for everything. So it's kind of like a health coach and a personal trainer together. So it's like that's kind of like my optimal goals. I want to stick with somebody like how you stick with people through school. I want to stick with people
Hmm.
throughout and manage and help them manage their weight, help them manage anything that
Hmm.
any problems that they have, physically or otherwise.
Gotcha. This is a question that just popped in my head, so I know you're not gonna be prepped for it, but I'm just curious. Um, I think oftentimes when people try to achieve fitness goals, it's more about like trying to hit that specific goal in a certain amount of time, instead of creating a lifestyle around fitness. And so I know for me, that's where I failed a lot in my fitness journey is trying to say, if I don't lose X amount of weight by this date, then I get depressed, or because I'm not seeing results, I give up easily,
Right.
instead of focusing on making a lifestyle change. So for you, how are you going to approach fitness differently so that people actually um, develop a lifestyle of being fit and not just some short-term goal that they're trying to hit?
So we have this thing that we call SMART goals, basically. So it
Mm-hmm.
has to be specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, and it has to be time bound. So you want to always have a goal that's like not easy to accomplish, but that you can accomplish it, and you also want to put a time frame on it. So say like I want to lose 5 pounds in a month, which is something that's totally possible, right? And that's something that you can do healthy. You can do that without going through any major things. You can do that by just cutting back on calories. You can do that by working out more. That's something that's as opposed to saying, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds in 2 months. You have to do stuff that's extremely drastic. And
Yeah.
like, if you coming from a person that doesn't, that's not used to making these drastic changes, like for instance, like on the high end, the bell curve is like you have the people that's in the middle, and then you have on like if you want to talk about the high end, so like your bodybuilders and stuff like that, they able to cut down their diet and do this and do that because they disciplined enough to know how they want their body to look and what's going to happen. But as opposed to somebody who on the other side who doesn't do anything, they can't just be like, oh, I just want to lose 17 pounds in a week or something like that because it's something that's not attainable. So when I sit down and I talk to people, I ask them what their goals are, and I make sure it's actually a realistic goal that can happen in a timely manner.
Gotcha. And just to pick your brain a little bit more, a lot of people trying to get their summer bodies right now. So what will be your biggest tip for somebody who's trying to like between now and maybe June 1, try to like drop like 10 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds?
Exercise. Try to exercise 3 times a week for at least 30 minutes between moderate to vigorous intensity. That's like it comes from the ACM guidelines, so that's not just me. That comes from the horse's mouth, So so that's something that you can do. Also, calorie count. Like you can download my Fitness Pal, and you can track exactly what you're eating and stuff like this. So you can see how many calories you need a day, and you can put a goal weight in, and it'll tell you how many you need to eat along with your exercise. How long it'll take you. So that's a very easy tool that people can use.
Yeah, I like my Fitness Pal. I don't use it as much anymore because I kind of have a good idea calorie wise what certain foods are because I just eat it so often. I also have learned the hard way that you cannot outwork a bad diet.
You can't.
So as much as you might have that vigorous, intense hit workout, if you kill it by just eating crazy calories all the time, you're not going to see the progress that you want. So to kind of add to what you said, I would tell people, like what has helped me is that the exercise is extra. Like, and what I like about my Fitness Pal is they give you the calories that you need to eat just based off your diet, not considering exercise. So get that diet right or get your lifestyle in terms of what you're eating right. And the exercise is just extra, to keep you toned and things like that.
Yeah,
instead of thinking the opposite.
The biggest thing with like fitness and body goals and stuff like that, people have to understand that diet is like 70 to 80% of like your overall like body fitness. So you want to make sure that that's, like you said, maintain with that, and then everything else is land gap after that. So you got 20, 30%. So you can't just go in there and lift all the weights in the world, just run on a treadmill and think that you go just drop all this weight. That's not how it will happen. You might drop a little bit because you might drop some water weight, but you're not gonna drop.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You went out for a second, but you back.
Yeah. But you all have these speaking of games. What you saying?
And then one other thing is just be patient. I was very impatient. If I didn't see nothing after like 2 weeks of going hard, I was like, well, it's not working. It's not working, so I'm going to stop. So what will be like your advice for somebody that is patient, or what kind of progress should they look for so that they don't get discouraged?
Small goals. Small goals add up to big goals. Like I said, having just little manageable goals. So saying I want to lose 2% body fat in like such a range like 2 weeks or something like that, and then you see that happen. So it's like, oh, I can actually do this. So now let's ramp it up. Let's get a bigger goal. Let's say, okay, now I want to lose 3% body fat within such a time frame, or I want to try to commit to at least 2 days walking. And then when you get comfortable with that, I want to do 3 days walking. And then maybe you want to say, I want to do 3 days jogging.
Mm-hmm.
So doing small stuff like that, not just going in there and just off rip, just doing the exact most, like, because if you do that, then you'll get discouraged because you won't be seeing the things that you want to see immediately.
Gotcha. Now, I know we're going to get off of the fitness stuff for a minute. I think people have enough tips to work with through the summer. But I want to kind of get to your college journey a little bit. What made you choose your major?
So originally my major was biology with like a PT concentration because I wanted to be a physical therapist. But as I got to learn about physical therapy and like all the paperwork that they have to do, it made me realize that it wasn't really something that I was really interested in. I wanted to really stay more on the exercise side. And once I learned about ACSM, like have this exercise as medicine kind of a program, and also like hospitals do clinical exercise all the time for like cardiac rehab and different problems, different issues like that, cancer patients. So when I saw that it was able to be possible, I was like, okay, well maybe I can just go focus more on the health fitness part. And I kind of just fell in love with it and that's where I'm at today.
Gotcha. And why did you choose UNO? You know, you say you from Baton Rouge, right?
Right.
Why UNO?
I didn't want to go to Southern because I went to Scotlandville. So Southern is down the street from Scotlandville. And that was just too close to home. It was too many people I knew were going there. I wanted to see new people. I wanted to experience new things. I didn't want to go to LSU because it was too big. And it was also at home still. But I didn't want to be too far away because I still needed to be able to get access to money from my mom and dad. So that's why I was like, New Orleans is a good spot, and I already have family out here. So it was just, it was natural.
Gotcha. And were you considering other schools in New Orleans, or was it like you kind of just settled on UNO?
Once I found out UNO and I saw the tuition, the price of it, and also when I saw that they had like single bed dorm rooms, like suite style dorms. Oh, that was it. That was a wrap after that.
Yeah, it's not common. You still got some schools where there's a community shower and the dorm is like you're sharing a room. They have a bed, you have a bed, and it's all within the same room. So yeah, UNO upgraded a couple of years back. So in the price tag, that was the same reason I ended up choosing UNO. I originally wanted to go to Xavier, but unless you had a full ride over there, you can't really afford it. But UNO, the price was right, and I think looking back on it, I'm glad I went to UNO. I think my experiences there was fun. I grew a lot, and I definitely would do it again. My next question for you was, I know right now I'm working with a lot of high school seniors, trying to talk to them about making their final college decision, and you have students that are in different places. You have some that are really sure that they want to go to college. You have others that are kind of debating its purpose or their ability to succeed in college. For you, coming out of high school, did you automatically know you were going to college? Like, what ultimately led to your decision to attend college?
At first, I wanted to go to college just because, not necessarily because it was the next step. I always had a plan, but I've always been, what's the word I'm looking for? Malleable, I guess, because whatever happens, I'm able to really adapt with it and change with it. So like when I wanted to be PT, but then I was like, okay, I don't really want to do this, but I kind of want to do something that's related to it. And I didn't necessarily have to do too much because I only did one semester and I was kind of still on track. You know, even some of my classes I took transferred right over. So it wasn't a big issue with that. But coming out of high school, I didn't have good study skills. So that's one thing that I wish I had, but I knew that I was going to go to college. I really didn't expect to get this far. Like at first I couldn't see the finish line. It was no finish line to be seen. I was just kind of doing it as for the next step. But as I came to college and like you said, I grew a lot. And like, if I would have talked to 2015, 16 me, you know, it'll be a whole different like ball game. We on a whole different like level of like maturity and responsibility and stuff like that.
Well, you kind of took my next question. If you could kind of go back and talk